this situation may have happened to you. Your computer crashes, it gets slow. You can't work with 3 or 4 programs open at the same time, and then you discover that the reason for this is the PDF reader you are using. You need a solution to work in a stable environment. For this reason, I want to share the solution that I found, the best free light PDF reader for Windows 10. Okay, the answer is simple and surprising. The best free light PDF reader for Windows 10 is the default Windows 10 web browser, Microsoft Edge. Surprise? Let me explain you why. I teach English online. My classes start around 3 p.m. and finish around 9 p.m. 5 classes in a row. So I need to have 5 student books open plus 3 teacher manuals. My computer for the classes is not a powerful one. I have 8 GB RAM and a regular CPU of up to 2.2 GHz, and not even mention my laptop, which has an even lower performance. I was trying different PDF readers for months with no success. Nitro Pro, Adobe Light Reader, Sumatra, Foxy Reader, you name it. And always got the same results. System unstable, PDF reader crashed, Windows freezes, low performance, with the obvious effect on the quality of my classes. I had to do some extra fixing in my computers to keep the quality of my work. Finally, after much research, I opened a PDF with Microsoft Edge, and the computers worked just fine with the same burden that other PDF readers couldn't handle efficiently. That is basically the reason why I recommend Microsoft Edge as the best free light PDF reader for Windows 10. Because my personal experience shows that it can keep the needed stability that other PDF readers do not deliver. I need to mention that as I open the books and manuals for the classes, I also open other software, Google Chrome and Brave browser, as well as Photoshop, DaVinci Resolve, Camtasia, and Audacity at the same time. This is because whenever I have some time available, I use it to move forward with whatever other work I need to do. Now, what are the advantages of working with the Microsoft Edge, the best free light PDF reader for Windows 10, according to my opinion? Okay, let me show you. Okay, Microsoft Edge has a top bar with different options that enable you to work with PDFs in a basic level, but with the things that I think are the necessary, for example, studying, reading, or giving a class online. What are these options? Let me show you. Here we have a zoom in and a zoom out option, okay, where you can enhance or decrease the size of what you see and you are sharing with your students. Okay, you also have in this toolbar an option to rotate the page whenever necessary. So far I haven't needed that. Then you have a fit to width option when you want the text or the PDF perfectly fit on the screen. Or it also have an option to view the PDF as a single page or as 2 pages. Okay, it has a read aloud option that I haven't used. I tried, but it didn't work so far for me. So I think that maybe it needs some kind of plugin or option to work, but I will try that later. But you can try if you want. Actually, I don't need that for the classes, so that is why I don't give it much importance. And it has, this tool is very, very, very important for me, because here, for example, I can write on the screen. I can increase the size of the letters, and I can move the text wherever I want. Okay, so I can write. I can write explanations, write comments on the text that I need for my students. Sometimes I need to write the correct pronunciation, and I do with this. I imagine if you're studying, you can write and you can put notes on the side or on top of the text that you need to remember. It's very useful. You have another option, which is the drawing tool. okay, that you can customize. You can change the thickness, okay, and you can change the color. For example, you can start like this, and then you can change to this. You can increase the size, the thickness, sorry, and you can have this. So it is good when you need to highlight something, point to something, or draw something that you think is important for the class or for whatever thing you need, something like that. Then you have a highlighter tool, and this one here, okay, that you can also customize. You can change this, the thickness of the highlighter, okay, so you can make it thicker like this, okay, and you can change the color, because sometimes that yellow is too light that I can see it. So you can change the color, choose a color with more intensity, and it's useful when you're studying and you want to highlight something, okay. Once you save this into your computer, again the PDF, it keeps the notations you were doing, you did while you study or work, and it has an eraser to erase whatever annotation with drawing or highlighter you have made, okay. You cannot change you cannot delete or erase the letter, but you can do this and get rid of it. You can also, you have the option for printing the PDF, as long as the PDF has the right permissions for printing, and you can safely directly as it is, or you can choose to save it with save as, okay. Here you can save it in another location, so a dialog pops up where you can choose the location to save the document, okay. So let's cancel this. Then you can enter, this option is you can enter full screen, okay. You can enter full screen when you want to read a book, for example, and you can get back to the previous view by pressing the escape key. And you have here the options to customize the PDF, okay. And on the right side it has another toolbar, very useful, that has these tools. You click here on these tools in toolbox, and it shows you the clock, okay, the time, the date. It also has a calculator that you can use to when you need something. You don't need to open another app, it's included there. Full functions. It also has a translator. You can choose the languages here, from to, okay, enter the text, and it translates the word for you. It also has a unit converter, okay, and an internet speak test. Good. And other options that you can check if you want later. Let's move Grammarly here. I use Grammarly a lot. I recommend, it's very good. So that's it. That is how it works. So these options that you see here in the toolbar on top of the PDF of Microsoft Edge, give you some functionality that you don't find in other web browsers, okay. So those options are enough for light work with a PDF. For other advanced things, you will need a more complete tool such as Nitro PDF, which is, for me, one of the best or the best to do things like OCR, or for editing the PDF directly, or you can even use Adobe Reader Pro. But the thing is that both are not free in the complete version. You have to pay for it. But for basic work, this is perfect. Other browsers, as I mentioned before, such as Google Chrome, Brave, and Firefox, the most usual web browsers, don't have these basic capabilities. The toolbar I mentioned on top, with the possibility to draw, to write, and to highlight text in the PDF. Of course, you can read the PDFs with in all of them, but you can annotate or draw or highlight the PDF, which is basically what you need to do when doing some basic tasks such as studying or teaching, when sharing your screen and you need to highlight something for the student. And most importantly, Microsoft Edge keeps your system stable, allowing you to deliver quality and keep the focus on your work and not on finding a way to keep it running. So this is the solution I found for this specific need. Okay, if you get your system unstable because the PDF demands too many resources from your machine, so change it. Try this Microsoft Edge PDF and use it as a reader and then to make annotations. And I'm pretty sure that you can continue working in a good environment and stable working environment. And remember, you can do the annotations, you can do the highlighting and the writing as long as the PDF has the permissions to do it. If it's a locked PDF, you cannot do it. Okay, you need to unlock it. How you do it, that is the subject of another video. But if you do some research on using your favorite web browser, I'm pretty sure that you will find a very efficient way to unlock the PDFs online. Okay, so try it. If you find this information useful and you need to collaborate to this effort, you have links in my blog. Read the information in my blog where you can contribute to this effort. Thank you very much for your attention. Use this solution and let me know if it worked for you or not, or if you have any other inquiry, you know something about any other software. I'd be glad to write about it if you need it. Okay, bye, take care.